Classics gave us some amazing interpretations of a lot of characters, and of course, one of them had to be Bumblebee. He turns into this weird Subaru, Volkswagen, Honda looking thing, and it works for a modern Bumblebee, or what would have been a modern Bumblebee at the time. And I think even today it still works. It does have pinned wheels, which was common back then, and that means that it rolls amazingly. Now, this isn't just Classics Bumblebee, it's Reveal the Shield Bumblebee, meaning it has a rub sign, which was something common across of all the Reveal the Shield figures, despite them having their factions on their boxes. Now, he looks incredible thanks to the amount of paint on here, from the painted taillights to the molded headlights, the stripes, the grille, and the painted hubcaps and seats inside the car. It does look really, really premium. And it also includes this really cool jet ski accessory, kind of like how Classics Hound came with Ravage. This one comes with a little jet ski accessory, and I think that's super cool. I miss getting fun little things like this, especially since the jet ski does look really, really good with the vehicle. Now, if you want to see how it looks next to a modern Bumblebee, here it is next to the buzzworthy War for Cybertron Bumblebee. Classics really was something else, wasn't it, man? This is obviously not the Classics Bumblebee. This is the RTS, Reveal the Shield one. And it just looks... This is probably my favorite paint job for this figure. The Cliff Jumper also looks really good. Same with the Bug Bite, but this mold really does hold up. Yeah, oh my gosh. And also the transformation on this is super simple and very clever, even though despite the instructions saying it's intermediate, back when we used to have like skill levels on Transformers. So just burst the doors off. They are on swivels, so you just pull them out and down. The wheels spin around very sideswipe like, and then the doors, you can see they're pretty loose right there. You swivel them back, and there's a peg and a post, and then you just squeeze together, and that's going to fill in the wrist and also hold the door in place. Do the same thing over here on the other side. Rotate it around, rotate, swivel, and squeeze, and there you go. Then the trailer hitch flips up. I did that kind of out of just habit. It's going to slide down, and then you want to push until it thumps into place. Nice soft thump. Then open these panels up, fold the seats down, very Classics Hound. Fold the legs up, split them. There we go. Straighten them out. Rotate the arms down. Bring the chest panel down and in front, and flip the head forward. Very classic little transformation, very appropriate for a Transformer from the Classics line. And there we go. There is Bumblebee, Classics Bumblebee. It's like a G1 Bumblebee with movie colors. He looks so good. And then, of course, you have the little jet ski accessory, which you just pull it straight apart and make sure this is right in the middle. Rotate the wheels so that way the wheels are facing away from the top of the jet ski. Jet ski has this little clip right here, so you can see the little clip. There's a little slot on the back of B. Want to slide the jet ski down into his backpack and slot that clip in, and there we go. Bumblebee with his jetpack. And this is back when we used to get kind of cool stuff like as accessories like this. Like, who was it? Hound came with Ravage and stuff. We used to get cool stuff like this whenever they had extra budget left over in figures or whatever. And yeah, we don't really get that anymore. But yeah, there he is. RTS Bumblebee. Now, the robot mode on this guy is just fantastic. He looks absolutely spectacular. It does have a little bit of a theme. The designers did say that this figure is supposed to kind of look like a teenager or like a beach bum with like big high top sneakers and a baggy sweatshirt, and it looks like it. It fits it. Something I also really like about the head is that he has like a little Bumblebee goatee. I don't know what about it. I just kind of like that. And I love his little smile and the doofy little blue camera on top of his head. It looks kind of Gundam-ish, but yeah, this head sculpt is amazing and is instantly recognizable as Bumblebee. And overall, this figure just is fantastic. He poses amazingly. He tromps around in his big car stompers. And he is smaller for a Classics figure, but he's not as small as you think he might be. Here he is with Hound and Mirage, as well as another Generations figure that was kind of close to the time that Reveal the Shield was, Chromia. And here he is with not Optimus Prime, but Classics Nemesis Prime, just to kind of see how the scale of the Autobots worked out back then, and it looked good. Here he is with a Combiner Wars figure, and here he is with a modern Bumblebee. So, obviously being a older figure, he doesn't have quite the same amount of articulation as modern stuff, but he does hold up fairly well in terms of that department. Starting up with the head, he does have a ball jointed neck, which allows him to emote pretty well. He can tilt, he can waggle, he can look very far up, so for those flying poses. He can't really look down, but he shouldn't really need to, considering he's a pretty small guy. Granted, for a small guy, he is pretty big now. He has ball-jointed shoulders, so that allows him in, out, up and down, forward, back. And then because of transformation, he does have a little bit of a butterfly, which is really, really nice. That's always great. He has ball-jointed elbows, so that gives him, you know, bicep swivel, as well as just past 90 on the elbows. No wrist swivel. He does have 5mm compatible hands, so if we take one of the red cog blasters here, this is the one I commonly paired with my other Bumblebee. He does hold it a little tight, but he holds it no problem whatsoever. No waist movement at all. His legs go up that far, but if we move the chest panel, they can get a little bit further. But they go out not very far, a pretty piddly amount. And they go back about as far as you'd want them to. Knees are also a little bit wanting in that department. Also, don't squeeze too much on this. I have actually cracked mine because I squeezed a little bit too much on this. So, but yeah, the knees are a little bit wanting, but he does have ankle forward and back, which does help with some poses, and no ankle pivot. Although, because the wheels are right there, he does stand very naturally in an A stance, which is really, really nice. But yeah. Really decent articulation. It was pretty good for back in the day, and it still, I would say, holds up for getting into most poses. Oh, he also has a below the knee boot swivel, which you know how I feel about that. I do not care for those below the knee boot swivels. As far as articulation hindrance, whenever the backpack is on, the head still goes up pretty far. It doesn't really get in the way. It is pretty well designed. But yeah. Very, very cool figure. Super, super good articulation. Especially for the time, this was pretty groundbreaking whenever this came out, especially at this size.
Overall, I really like this Bumblebee. He looks amazing, he feels amazing, he has a lot of cool things like the jetpack going for him, as well as the overall United look, and he fits in with the Bumblebee crowd. Like, if you have a whole Bumblebee shelf, this guy will look right at home with them, whether it's a movie figure or the modern Earthspark figure. He looks like the next evolution in the Bumblebee line. It looks like a slightly older Bumblebee, somewhere in between G1 and Earthspark. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this guy. Let me know if you had this guy, and I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Bots Obsession.